अथ श्री सोमाभासकम् नतेन्द्रादि लोकपालकम् मृगमदतिलकम् नवतुलसीवनमालम् नारदादिमुनिजालम् नवतुलसीवनमालम् नारदादिमुनिजालम् कुवलयादिपरिपालम् गुरुगुहनुतगोपालम् कुवलयादिपरिपालम् गुरुगुहनुतगोपालम् चेतश्री बालकृष्णम् भज रे चिन्तितार्थ प्रदचरणारविन्दम् मुकुन्दम् चेतश्री बालकृष्णम् भज रे सदञ्चितमुदञ्चितनिकुञ्चितपदं झलझलञ्चलितमञ्जुकटकम् पतञ्जलिदृगञ्जनमजञ्जनमचञ्चलपदं जननभञ्जनकरम् कदम्बरुचिमम्बरवसं परममम्बुदकदम्बकविडम्बकगळम् चिदम्बुधिमणिं बुधहृदम्बुजरविं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज हरं त्रिपुरभञ्जनमनन्तकृतकङ्कणमखण्डदयमन्तरहितम् विरिञ्चि सुरसंहति पुरन्धर विचिन्तितपदं तरुणचन्द्रमकुटम् परं पदविखण्डितयमं भसितमण्डिततनुं मदनवञ्चनपरम् चिरन्तनममुं प्रणवसञ्चितनिधिं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज अवन्तमखिलं जगदभङ्गगुणतुङ्गममतं धृतविधुं सुरसरीत् तरङ्गनिकुरम्बधृतिलं पटजटं शमनदम्भसुहरं भवहरम् शिवं दशदिगन्तरविजृम्भितकरं करलसन्मृगशिशुं पशुपतिम् हरं शशिधनञ्जय पतङ्गनयनं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज अनन्तनवरत्नविलसत्कटककिङ्किणिजलं झलझलं झलरवम् मुकुन्दविधिहस्तगतमद्दळलयद्विनिधिमिद्धिमितनर्तनपदम् शकुन्तरथबर्हिरथनन्दिमुखशृङ्गिरिटिभृङ्गिगणसङ्घनिकटम् सनन्दसनक प्रमुखवन्दितपदं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज अनन्तमहसं त्रिदशवन्द्यचरणं मुनिहृदन्तरवसन्तममलम् कबन्धवियदिन्द्ववनिगन्धवहवह्निमखबन्धुरिव मञ्चुवपुषम् अनन्तविभवं त्रिजगदन्तरमणिं त्रिनयनं त्रिपुरखण्डनपरम् सनन्दमुनिवन्दितपदं सकरुणं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज अचिन्त्यमलिवृन्दरुचिबन्धुरगळं कुरितकुन्दनिकुरम्बधवळम् मुकुन्द सुरवृन्द बलहन्त्रिकृतवन्दनलसन्तमहिकुण्डलधरम् अकम्पमनुकम्पितरतिं सुजनमङ्गलनिधिं गजहरं पशुपतिम् धनञ्जयनुतं प्रणतरञ्जनपरं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज परं सुरवरं पुरहरं पशुपतिं जनिततन्तिमुखषण्मुखममुम् मृडं कनकपिङ्गलजटं सनकपङ्कजरविं सुमनसं हिमरुचिम् असङ्गमनसं जलधिजन्मकरलं कवलयन्तमतुलं गुणनिधिम् सनन्दवरदं शमितमिन्दुवदनं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज अजं क्षितिरथं भुजगपुङ्गवगुणं कनकशृङ्गिधनुषं करलसत् कुरङ्गपृथुटङ्कपरशुं रुचिरकुङ्कुमरुचिं डमरुकं च दधतम् मुकुन्दविशिखं नमदवन्द्यफलदं निगमवृन्दतुरगं निरुपमम् सचण्डिकममुं झटिति संहृतपुरं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज अनङ्गपरिपन्थिनमजं क्षितिधुरन्धरमलं करुणयन्तमखिलम् ज्वलन्तमनलं दधतमन्तकरिपुं सततमिन्द्रमुखवन्दितपदम् उदञ्चदरविन्दकुलबन्धशतु बन्धुशतबिम्बरुचि संहति सुगन्धि वपुषम् पतञ्जलिनुतं प्रणव पञ्जरशुकं चित्परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज पतञ्जलिनुतं प्रणव पञ्जरशुकं परचिदम्बरनटं हृदि भज
यस्यान्तन्नादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नामगोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णा न भवति पुरुषो न नपुंसं न च स्त्री नाकारं नो विकारं न हि जनिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं तत्त्वं नो तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् मौनव्याख्या प्रकटितपरब्रह्मतत्त्वं युवानं वरिशिष्ठान्तेव सदृशिगणैरावृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मा रामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे आवर्तपुर्यां जनितं प्रपद्ये पाण्डेशदेशे विहृदं प्रपद्ये शोणाचलप्रस्थचलं प्रपद्ये भिक्षुं तपःक्लेशसहं प्रपद्ये आब्रह्मकीटान्तसमं प्रपद्ये जितारिषड्वर्गमहं प्रपद्ये सर्वज्ञता सारभृतं प्रपद्ये निस्सीमकारुण्यनिधिं प्रपद्ये अस्मात् प्रपञ्चादधिकं प्रपद्ये विश्वाधिकोक्तेर्विषयं प्रपद्ये कालग्रहग्राहभयापनुत्तीकृतान्तशिक्षाकृतिनं प्रपद्ये विनेतुमार्तिं विषयाध्वजन्यां विज्ञानमूर्तिं दधतं प्रपद्ये कन्दर्पदर्पज्वरवारणाय कामारिलीलावतरं प्रपद्ये आजन्मवर्णिव्रतिनं प्रपद्ये कुण्ठीभृतं दण्डधरं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मासनध्यानरतं प्रपद्ये ब्रह्मात्मभूयं यतिनं प्रपद्ये हरं प्रपद्ये विजरं प्रपद्ये स्वतन्त्रतायाः सदनं प्रपद्ये अमेयसामर्थ्यवहं प्रपद्ये विशुद्धविज्ञानिवरं प्रपद्ये दौर्भाग्यतापत्रयकर्ममोहसन्तापहन्तारमहं प्रपद्ये यथार्थसङ्कल्पमपेतपापम् अवाप्तकामं विशुचं प्रपद्ये मनःप्रसादं भजतां ददानं मुग्धस्मितोल्लासिमुखं प्रपद्ये व्यथामशेषां व्यपनीय मोदप्रदेन नाम्ना रमणं प्रपद्ये शिवं प्रपद्ये शिवदं प्रपद्ये गुरुं प्रपद्ये गुणिनं प्रपद्ये मदीयहृत्पद्मजुषं प्रपद्ये शरण्यमीशं शरणं प्रपद्ये। जय जया जहि अजाम् अजितदोषगृभीतगुणाम् त्वमसि यदात्मना समवरुद्धसमस्तभगः अगजगदोकसाम् अखिलशक्त्यवबोधगते क्वचिदजयात्मना च शरतोऽनुचरेन्निगमः जनिवसतः सतो मृतिमुतात्मनि ये च भिदाम् विपणं मृतं स्मरन्त्युपदिशन्ति त आरोपितैः त्रिगुणमयः पुमानिति भिदायदबोधकृताम् त्वयि न ततः परत्र स भवेत् अवबोधरसे। सदिव मनस्त्रिवृत्त्वयि विभाति असदामनुजात् सदभिमृशन्ति अशेषमिदमात्मतयात्मविदः न हि विकृतिं त्यजन्ति कनकस्य तदात्मतया स्वकृतमनुप्रविष्टमिदमात्मतया वसितम्। This is a very profound verse. The whole Shruti Gita gives very deep suggestions to a jignasu who is contemplating, doing manana, nididhyasana of Vedanta Mahavakyas. So here this shloka says, we take, see, in the sadhana dasha, the most important aspect is that you try to completely control, curb, purify the mind. That takes you to the doorsteps of Vedanta Jnana. But later on also, this practice, habit of dealing with the mind becomes an obsession. You take the mind to be real. It is just like there is a story that nobody can fight with the Bali. In Ramayana, that Bali character, if you fight directly with Bali, the person who is fighting, his strength, at least half the strength goes to Bali. So you are weak by 50%, he is strong by your 50%. So you can never conquer him. That is why Rama hit him by hiding behind the tree. Like that, this mind also, if you take it as real fact, it is impossible to transcend it. So, Sadiva Bhati, this mind looks as if it is real, but actually it has no reality apart from the source from where it came. Atma Shakti, it is the Shakti of the Atman which is appearing inside us mind. The mind is the first manifestation, so it is Divine Mother. Shankaracharya says in his Saundari Lahari, that is the first form of Divine Mother. Manastvam, Vyomatvam, Marudasi. So the mind is the first thing. She becomes Shakti when you know that she is not different from Shiva. So as mind it is unreal. Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjava. This is Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's Upadeshasa. When you inquire what is mind, mind is not seen. Otherwise people go to a hospital, sometimes knowingly or unknowingly remove some part. So if we could go and remove this mind when it disturbs, it will be helpful. But that is not possible, right? So the mind, Sadiva Bhadi, it looks like as if it is real, it is Trivrit. It is Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna, all the three gunas are there. That is why morning pravachanam, you are very sattvic, very meditative. Then after that, slowly you become restless. Want to do this, want to do that. And afternoon pravachanam, you become dull. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Nobody can avoid. Bhagavan in Gita says, these three will be there even in Jnanis. They will not get affected by it, that's all. Prakasham, Pravritti, Moham. Because this is the nature of, this is the characteristics of nature. So these three attributes will be there. Sattvic nature, that is why in the early morning it is sattvic. Daytime it is rajasic. Night it should be tamasic. Then only you will have good sleep. Certain people, you know, more and more it becomes night, they become rajasic. And daytime tamasic. Meditation also, morning also tamasic. Sattvam they have to find out. Somewhere, some moment it comes. They only are active in night. They are called nishacharas. They move only in darkness. You know who they are. So they are called rakshasas. So manaha trivrit sadiva bhati. Asad, but actually it is asat. It is not real. It has no existence apart from the Atmavastu, from Ishvara. So, Sadiva Manas Trivrit Bhati Asad Amanujad. Three modes of material nature. From simplest creature to human body, it controls. Although it appears real, they are only false reflection. It's only false, mithya. Asad Amanujad. Atma Tattva Jnani looks at everything as Atman. That is Papa's teaching also. He says everything is Ram. Consider every thought as Ram. When you see outside some form, that is also Ram. Your reaction to it from within, that is also Ram. You are also Rama. Everything is Rama, Rama, Rama. And this meditation, you soak your mind in this meditation, that mind ceases to be the mind. It also reveals itself as the divine Shakti. So there, that divine Shakti alone is there. This comes from immense tapas. And what is that tapas? The tapas is that ekatattva jnana, advaita jnana. You contemplate, you reflect that everything is Brahman, everything is Brahman. Whatever is seen, whatever is heard, whatever is thought, everything is Brahman. And that jnana, you dehypnotize yourself. You wake yourself up from the spell of ignorance, duality. So, nahi vikritim tejanti kanakasya tadatmataya. Although gold is seen in various forms, you are not deluded by the form, you are interested only in gold. You look only in the gold. So, one sannyasi who formerly was a householder, family man, his wife died, and then he renounced and went to a spiritual teacher, a guru. And the guru gave him upadesha, meditate. And when he was trying to quieten the mind, meditate, he was feeling constant trouble, not able to quieten the mind. Guru gave him various methods to quieten the mind, but he could not do that. This story comes in various places, especially in Vasudeva Mananam it is there. So he comes to the Guru and tells him, I am not able to control the mind. Then Guru said, find out what you are constantly thinking about. What comes to your mind again and again? He observed and told, it is one buffalo. It is constantly coming into my mind. So he felt very ashamed to say that, because why that buffalo is coming? Because he was so attached to his family. When all his family people left him, his wife died, there was only one buffalo in his house to which he was very much attached. When he took sannyas, he gave up that buffalo and came. And now that buffalo is constantly coming in his mind. Guru was very happy. He said, at least you have concentration in a buffalo. Now, consider that buffalo as Atma. It is only difference between a buffalo and another person or a saint is that name and form. The same consciousness is there in the buffalo also. So give up the name that it is after all a silly buffalo. Give up that name, give up that form, and see what dwells within, what is shining inside it as consciousness, as avabodha. And he did it, he meditated on it and gave up the name and form and found that it shined forth as pure consciousness. This kind of spiritual practice, it does not always work. These things can work only when a good teacher is there who can guide you to transcend. Otherwise you start meditating on a buffalo. Buffalo jnanam alone will happen. It is slowly. See, even Ramakrishna, when he was sitting with Totapuri asked, make your mind stay in Shuddha Chaitanya, pure consciousness. Ramakrishna struggled. He said, I could not. Divine Mother is always coming before me. Kali is coming before me. And Totapuri said, who is appearing inside you as Kali? Your own self is appearing inside you as Kali. There is no Kali outside. You are sitting in the garden, in the cave. You can see that room even now if you go to Dakshineshwar, where he sat in Samadhi. Said, find out It is your own consciousness taking the form of Kali and appearing before you. So it is nothing but Atma. It is Chaitanya. It is Ishvara himself who is appearing. Merge it in the source. Bhagavan gave the way. Find out who he is seeing. When he saw Arunachala, then itself this question arose. Who saw Arunachala? Kandavan Yavanana Karuttinul Nada Kandavan Indridan Indradu Kandeen. You say, I am seeing this form. Who is this I? Who is the seer? Who is this I? Kannukku Kannai Kannindri Kanunai Kanuvadevar Par Arunachala. The perceiver, the seer behind that awareness, you turn the mind inward, it abides. Everywhere this process, this prakriya is there. Malayalam, nammal parayum. Arkanaladi velivukke grahikkumoru kanninu kannu manamagunna kannadinu kannayirunna porul താനെന്നുറയ്ക്കുമളവ് ആനന്ദമെന്തു ഹരിനാരായണായനം. അല്ലേ, ഒരു ഭഗവാന്റെ ഒരു രൂപമൊക്കെ ഭജിക്കണു, നാമം ജപിക്കണു. അപ്പോ ഉള്ളിൽ ചോദിക്കുകയാണ്, ആരാ കാണുന്നത്? അർക്കാനലാതി വെളിവൊക്കെ ഗ്രഹിക്കുമൊരു കണ്ണ്. സൂര്യൻ ചന്ദ്രൻ ഒക്കെ കാണുന്നു കണ്ണുകൊണ്ട്. ഈ കണ്ണടച്ചാൽ ഉള്ളിൽ കാണും. മനമാകുന്ന കണ്ണ്, അല്ലെ, സ്വപ്നം കാണുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ. അപ്പൊ മനമാകുന്ന കണ്ണ്, അതിനു കണ്ണായിരുന്ന പൊരുളുള്ളൂ. മനസ്സിൽ വരുന്ന ചിത്തവൃത്തികൾ എല്ലാത്തിനും കാണുന്നു. അതൊന്നും ഇല്ലെങ്കിലും എല്ലാത്തിനും കാണുന്ന ഒരു കണ്ണ് സ്വയമേവ തന്നെ തന്നെ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സുഷുപ്തിയിൽ സുഖമായി ഉറങ്ങുമ്പോഴും കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. അപരിലുപ്ത ചൈതന്യ സ്വഭാവ. Its knowingness will never leave it. Even in deep sleep it is aware, ever aware, ever aware. That is why it is called as avabodha rasa. So that avabodha swarupa, avabodha swabhava will never leave it. Just as a lamp, a flame needs no other light to recognize its presence, so too that Atmavastu needs no help from the intellect or the mind to know its existence. Even in a dark room, you know you are there. How? Nothing else can know that. You sit in a dark room, you are aware that I am. ഒരു ഇരുട്ടിലിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ഉണ്ട് എന്നറിഞ്ഞു. എങ്ങനെ അറിഞ്ഞു? ഈ മൈക്കിന് അറിയില്ല, മരിച്ചുപോയ ശരീരത്തിന് അറിയില്ല. അപ്പൊ ജീവൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതാണ്. അതെന്താ? വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദാറ്റ്? ഉണ്ട്, അഹമസ്മി, ഇരുന്ന് ഒളിർ. രമണ ഭഗവാൻ அதுக்கு பேர் கொடுத்தாரு, இருந்து ஒளிர். ഇരുന്ന് പ്രകാശിക്കണം, ഉണ്ട് പ്രകാശിക്കണം. ഇത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഉണ്ട് അറിഞ്ഞു, പ്രകാശിക്കണം. ഇരുന്ന് പ്രകാശിക്കണം, ഇരുന്ന് ഒളിർ. അതിനെ വിട്ടിട്ട് പുറത്തെവിടെയെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ തിരയണത് കയ്യിൽ വിളക്കെടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് ഇരുട്ട് അന്വേഷിക്കണ പോലെയാണെന്നാണ്. കയ്യിൽ ടോർച്ച് എടുത്ത് ഇരുട്ടെവിടെ നോക്കണ പോലെ. നിങ്ങൾ വെളിച്ചമാണ്, നിങ്ങൾ പ്രകാശമാണ്, സ്വയം പ്രകാശ വസ്തുവാണ്. അത് വെച്ചുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ അന്വേഷിക്കണം. ഇരുന്തൊളിർ ഉனை വിടുത്തടുത്തിടൽ ദൈവം, ഇരുട്ടിനെ വിളക്കെടുത്ത് അടുത്തിടലേ കാണും. അപ്പോ സ്വയം പ്രകാശ വസ്തു, സ്വയം self-effulgent beings. So that is always shining forth. So when you know that, whatever is seen with that light is seen as the Atma. பார்த்த இடமெல்லாம் பரவெளி. The Guru ஒரே ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்றார், தாய்மானவர் சொல்றார், ஒரே வார்த்தை. பார்த்த இடமெல்லாம் பரவெளியாய் தோன்ற ஓர் வார்த்தை சொல்ல வந்த மனுவே பராபரமே. One word from the master, wherever you look, it is simply effulgence, 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 or chidakasha. Neither the mind, nor the body, nor the senses, nor the world, nor I, he, you, nothing. Everything atmataya vasitam. Everything is seen as Atmaswarupa, Ishvara Swarupa. Yatunnu kanpadatu Narayana Pratima. Yatunnu kelpatatu Narayana Shrutigal. Yatunnu chaivatatu Narayana Archanagal. യാതൊന്നിതൊക്കെ ഹരിനാരായണായ നമഃ. എല്ലാം നാരായണ സ്വരൂപം. സോ I'm tempted to speak in Malayalam now. നമുക്ക് പിന്നെ ഒരിക്കൽ മലയാളം മാത്രമായിട്ട് വയ്ക്കാം. ഇങ്ങനെ വിടാൻ പാടില്ല. തവ പരിയേ ചരന്തി അഖിലസത്വനികേതതയാ തൗത പദാക്രമന്തി അവിഗണീയ ശിരോ നിരദേഹേ പരിവയസേ പശൂനിപ വിബുധാ ഗിരാ വിബുധാനപിതാന് ത്വയി കൃത സൗഹൃദാഃ ഖലു പുനന്തി നയേ വിമുഖാഃ. ഈ ശ്ലോകത്തില് വളരെ ഭംഗി എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാല് ഭഗവാന്റെ അടുത്തൊരു കൂട്ടുപിടിക്കുക. യു ഗെറ്റ് ഫ്രണ്ട്ഷിപ്പ് വിത്ത് ദ ലോർഡ്. സംവേർ he becomes your friend. See, he is like a forlorn child. A child which is longing to get a friend. You see, some new family comes and settles in a village. The child will move looking for friends, and the other children will be playing. They will not look at this new boy, and this boy will go round and round and round whether they will take him for playing. They will also accept him as their friend. He will look, they will not look, because he is a new boy. Romba gauravama. So it is like that Bhagavan is moving about. See, in Bhagavad Gita he says, Suhridam sarvabhutanam jnatva shanti mrichati. See, he says, when you know that I am your friend, the friend of all, the moment you recognize me like that, shanti mrichati. Unak shanti vantaru. The moment you recognize I am your friend, friend of all, that recognition will give you peace. Shanti. Is he our friend? Bhagavatam says he is the greatest friend. Abhijnata sakha. Only thing is you don't know that he is there. Always following you. Longing for your friendship. So, krita sauhirdaha. The moment you catch hold of him, he follows you. See, Kabir is chanting Rama, Rama, Rama. And you know what Rama is chanting? Rama is moving behind Kabir. Kahat Kabir, Kabir. Rama is moving behind Kabir. You know what Rama says? Kabir, Kabir, Kabir. He is always calling Kabir, Kabir. And Kabir says, for me, Rama alone exists. Jagrati, Rama, Swapani, Rama. Always Rama. Everywhere I see only Rama. Even inside me there is no me, only Rama is there. There is no ahankara there. It is also become Rama. So that kind of knowledge, when it comes, that is complete release, complete freedom. Then you become akarana. Then there is no antakarana there. When karana is gone, tvam akarana swarad akhilakaraka shakti dhara. Oh Lord, you are akarana. You are mindless. You have no material senses. Pashyati achakshuhu shrunoti akarnaha. You look at me without eyes. You hear without ears. You touch without body. Without any senses you are available. He has no senses. Swami Vivekananda said, you know our beloved infinite. It is his words. He says, our beloved infinite. He is brainless. He has given us little brain with which we are deluded. We don't know what to do with it. കൊരങ്ങന്റെ കയ്യിൽ കിട്ടിയ പൂമാല പോലെയാണ് ഈ ബുദ്ധി എന്നാണ്. എന്താ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് ഒരു യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ ഒന്നും അറിഞ്ഞില്ല. വേറെ പറയുമല്ലോ, കുറുക്കന് കിട്ടിയ ആമ പോലെ. ഇനി എന്താ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതെന്ന് അതുപോലെ ചെറിയ ചെറിയ ബുദ്ധി തന്നിട്ട് ഭഗവാൻ നമ്മളെ പറ്റിച്ചു കളഞ്ഞു അത്രേ. ഭഗവാന് ബുദ്ധിയില്ലാന്നാ പറയണം. ഈശ്വരന് ബുദ്ധിയൊന്നുമില്ലാന്ന്. ഹി ഹാസ് നോ ഇന്റലക്ട്, ഹി ഈസ് ഇന്റലിജൻസ്. ഭഗവാന് ബുദ്ധിയൊന്നും ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഭഗവാൻ ജ്ഞാനസ്വരൂപനാണ്. നമ്മൾക്ക് ഈ ചെറിയ തലച്ചോറ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഫസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ഓൾ, വേദാന്ത ബുദ്ധി ഈസ് നോട്ട് ഹിയർ. ഇറ്റ്സ് നോട്ട് ഇൻ ദിസ്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് ദ സെറിബ്രൽ മാറ്റർ. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഇൻ ദ ഹാർട്ട്. ഹൃദയേഷു ബുദ്ധി. Buddhi is in the heart. So when we say buddhi in Vedanta, it means heart. When we say buddhi, it is the heart. It is the heart center. So hridayeshu buddhi. So it's not the cerebral matter. The cerebral matter is like some CD, cassette. It is after use, cerebral matter is formed. But in spontaneity, it is not cerebral matter. It comes from the heart. So real buddhi is hidden in the heart. It is Ishvara's intelligence. Your brain is like this ready-made Google guiding. It is dead matter. It is not the real intelligence. So that is a different thing. We are not talking about it now. So konjam korkkanam idilu kookalam holy. Tvamakaranaha, O Lord, you are akarana, swarad, swayam prakasha vastu, akhila karaka shakti dharaha. You are behind all the doership, all the operation of senses, mind, body, everything. You are inside. Tava balimudvahanti samadanti ajaya animishaha. With the help of Maya, all the devas offer things to you. See, through the senses also, they are all devas. Eyes, ears, they are all devas. Through the eyes, Agni is taking form and giving offering to the inner Agni, that is Ishvara. Through the ears, Shabda is taken inside by Vayu and offered to the Lord. Through the nose, smell is offered. This process we are just imitating in puja, showing arati and ringing the bell and fragrance also, the agarbatti. All the five senses are actually worshipping the inner being. So akhilakara balimudvahanti samadanti ajaya animishaha. Devas, they enjoy, but they enjoy only by offering to you. Varishabhujo akhilakshitipate riva, like the subordinate kings paying their tax to the Chakravarti. Vishwasrajaha vidadadi yatraye twadhikrita bhavatas shakita. All the devas faithfully execute their assigned services out of fear of you. Bhishasmad vataf pavate bhishodeti suryaha bhishasmad agnishendrasya mrityurdhavati panchamaiti sthirachara jata yasyura jayotha nimittayujo vihara udikshaya yadi parasya vimukta tadaha nahi paramasya kashid aparo na parasya bhaveti viyataiva padasya tava shunyatulam dhathataha. O eternally liberated transcendental Lord, Bhagavan is Nitya Mukta. Your Maya Shakti causes various moving and non-moving species of life to appear by activating their desires. Everybody is moving about, working, because their desire, mind is activated by that Shakti. And if you sport with her by briefly glancing at her, just a look, iksha, just Ishvara's glance makes the Maya active. Creation starts. He just looks at her, creation starts. So, you, the Lord, see no one as intimate friend and no one as a stranger. For Bhagavan, there is neither close samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti napriyaha. Bhagavan says, nobody is a friend to me, nobody is an enemy to me. Even a Nastika, From worldly point we will say he is an atheist, but for Bhagavan he is all same. Bhagavan says this Nastika and Astika are same. To both I will give some mic and some listeners. Both will speak about me. He will say he does not exist. The other person will say God alone exists. For me both are same. And in this sense you resemble a void. Nothing, all these things does not exist. Shunya tulam datata. People mistake you as shunya, but you are not shunya. Shunya tulam looks like void, but you are the purna vastu. Aparimita dhruvas tanubhrudo yati sarvagataha tarhi na shasyateti niyamo dhruvanetaratha ajani chayanmayam tadavimuchya niyandra bhavet samam anujanatam yadamatam matadushtatayaam. It's a very profound shloka. We do not have time to go into it. Generally, when you look at the world, logically, rationally, you will not be able to infer a controller, a God, sitting somewhere. That is the problem with modern intellect also. Logically it does not look correct, because somewhere somebody is sitting and controlling this confusion. And each person gets the karma phala correctly, no confusion at all. So that I always wonder, see, in Kerala they have speed detector in the road. So many cars are going. If you go more than 80 kilometers speed, correctly, the tax, the penalty will come to your house. The same car number. So even a traffic police can do, why not Bhagavan? So this kind of confusion will come. People will think innumerable creatures are there, and everybody's action, karma, is taken account, and result is given. And this, how much confusion the God must be having. One person sitting alone somewhere. See, that is what all the religions, most of the religions, they say only one God, only one God. It looks very logical, but it is childish. This idea, one God, only one God. See, we don't say only one God. We say only God. That has immense difference. When you say only one God, that is different philosophy. Only God. That only one God, it is a problem. This is only God. So that is the teaching him here. It says aparimitaha dhruvaha tanubrataha. All the embodied beings are innumerable, and they are also deathless, eternal. Tarhi shasyateti niyamaha na. Then they can be controlled by one God. That is illogical, irrational. Naitaratha. It is not like that. Shloka says it is not like that, because shasyate can be controlled, not sitting somewhere. He is inhabiting every body. He is there inside every body as the indweller, as the karmadhyakshaha, sakshi, cheta, kevalo, nirgunasya, karmadi sakshini, karayitri, karmapalaprada. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hirdeshe arjuna tishtati. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. He is there in the heart of every creature, controlling it. It knows its own. You put some sugar somewhere the ant is there, message goes. Very intelligent. If you put the sugar inside a bottle, according to the size of the bottle, the ant also becomes big or small. The rat, is a very most ferocious creature in the world. Wherever you want, it can enter. So inside that rat, inside that ant, inside everything, Papa's gospel begins with the rat. You know, it's very interesting. I've heard it. First I heard it in Sachidananda Swami's room. He was reading that rat problem in ashram. And Papa is discussing what should we do with these rats. We are not supposed to kill. Ahimsa. Sannyasi saying we should not kill the rats. What should we do? Suppose if we allow them to live like this, we have to hand over the ashram to them and go to Kashi. That is what Papa is saying. Hand over the ashram to rats and go to Kashi. Kashi ki povan varile. Adupole eliyude kayile Anandashram koduthitta ipa eliyundo enke ariyilla. Eliyude kayile Anandashram koduthu Kashi ki pova. Then what should we do? We catch hold of the rat with a trap. With that rat trap, you catch hold of it and leave it in some other's farm. You are causing trouble to them. There also it is himsa. What to do? So, and they are trying to catch hold of the rat and put it somewhere. Next day also there is a rat. Next day also there is a rat. And ultimately Papa suggested we have to catch it and paint it and send it. We should find out whether it is the same person who is coming back. It's the same rat who is coming back. So much intelligence is there. Somewhere from the other side of the globe, a bird flies to Kerala. You can predict it will come in this month to this same tree. The same bird will come and sit on this same tree. Who controls it? No Google, nothing. With Google on, some lady saying turn right, turn left from somewhere. Anandashramam you put, in front of the gate you go 10 times. Not able to find. Because correct before Anandashram you will put off it. And go 1 kilometer. Then he says you take a U-turn and you come back. And correct before here, range is not there, you go again that side. So much confusion is there with our intellect. But this bird, correct, it flies to another side of the globe, guided by some inner force. Perfect guidance. It needs no school, no teaching from another person, nothing. That sarvajñatva is there. That omniscience is there. Omniscience means it is not knowing our today newspaper news. Omniscience means whatever is necessary to that organism, to that body is perfectly known. That is omniscience. And that omniscience, sarvajñatva, all-knowingness, you can see in a small sparrow. You can see Ishwaratva there. That indweller, it perfectly guides every creature. Every creature. So, tarhi na shasyadeti niyamo dhruva netaratha. It is not like that. Shasyate eva. He abides, he lives inside every body and enlivens that body, guides that body, and ultimately Srishti is also done, Sthiti also done, Samhara also done, Tirodhana is done, and Anugraha is also given. So this is happening. So Ajanicha Yanmayam. Ajanicha Yanmayam Tadavimuchya Niyantru Bhavet. In whatever body it is born, without leaving that upadhi swabhava, and avimuchya, without leaving that Ishwaratva also, Ishvara remains inside and controls. It's an elaborate subject. And how to know him? You cannot know him by looking outside. You can just wonder, that's all. When you look at the world, innumerable creatures, you can just become amazed. To know him, anujanatam samam. Samam anujanatam. Anujanatam samam. All the names and forms are different. And how do a jnani knows him? Knows him as samam. As that changeless principle, as pure awareness which illumines everything, he knows him. To him it is matam. To him, he knows the Atma Vastu as not as an object, but as the knowing principle. He becomes one with it. But if you try to know it by using the mind, amatam. Mata dushtam. That means corrupted knowledge. Here Bhagavatam says all the signs what we are proud about is all mata dushtam. Because there is a dosha there. What is the dosha? Ignorance. What is the dosha? You try to know it through the mind. So any knowledge that you gather through the mind is corrupted. Ignorance, ajnana dosha is there. So only knowledge that makes you free is to know the knower. Find out who is the knower. Turn the drishti inward. Senses are controlled. Mind is turned inward. Vijita rishika vayubhihi adanta manasturakam. Yaiha yadanti yantum atilola upayakhitaha. Vyasana shatanvitaha. Samavahaya guroho charanam. Vanijaivaja santi akritakarnadhara jaladhau. Shruti Gita says you have to control the mind, but when you get a guru, you are like a person who travels in the sea with a ship, and there is a very good captain, very good person who is driving the ship. Captain than solluvoma vera edha irukka malumingrom in Tamil. So helmsman in the pai kapalla than solluvar. So you have a very good controller, one who makes the ship move like that. When you have a karnadhara, guru karnadharam, he is more concerned about your life than yourself. Akrita karnadhara, those who have no controller, those who have no guide, they just wander about in the ocean as if like a ship which has lost its way in a sea storm. Poyal kaatla maatinte thoni kadalle kudingi kaatadikunu engodu ponennu ariyaniല്ല avada kudingiya pole ആത്മ തത്വ നിശ്ചയം വന്നാലോ ഒരു നല്ല കപ്പലോട്ടിയുള്ള പോലെയാണ്, കപ്പിത്താനുള്ള പോലെയാണ്, നല്ല കപ്പിത്താനുള്ള പോലെയാണ്. ആ കപ്പല് അങ്ങനെ സുഖമായിട്ട് പോകുന്ന പോലെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഒരു നമുക്ക് ഈശ്വരൻ ബോധം വരുത്തുവതിനാളായി നിന്ന പരമാചാര്യ രൂപ ഹരിനാരായണായ മുക്തിക്ക് തക്കൊരു ഉപദേശം നൽകും ജനനമറ്റിയിടുമെന്നവനു നാരായണായ നമ. അപ്പോ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു സദ്ഗുരു ലാഭം ഉണ്ടായി, ഈശ്വര ലാഭം ഉണ്ടായി. അങ്ങനെ കഴിയുമ്പോൾ സമാധാന ശാന്തി. എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഗുരു എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ആ വ്യക്തിയല്ല, മനുഷ്യ ശരീരമാണ്. അതിനകത്ത് ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഭഗവത് തത്വം ഈ ജീവന് രക്ഷിക്കണമെന്നൊരു നിശ്ചയം ചെയ്തിരിക്കണം. அதற்கென கச்சையும் கட்டி ஜீவனை காப்பாத்திட்டு தான் இருக்கிறதுன்னு நிச்சயம். So when that Guru Tattva feels for you, you will be relieved. When saints, they feel for you, That is the greatest sacred moment in your life. You are feeling for God, that is one side. When they are feeling for you, that is Ishvara's anugraha. There, when God wants to see you, then He gives you all the vehicle, every arrangement will be done. When some great person wants to see you, He makes arrangements for you. When you want to see, you have to make all arrangements. These two things are there in sadhana. Marjara Kishora Nyaya, Markada Kishora Nyaya. In Vaishnava Sampradaya, there are two Nyayas. One is like the kitchen. It holds, and the other is like the monkey. The baby monkey, it holds to the mother monkey. It will jump from one tree to another tree, and the baby monkey has to hold. If the baby monkey leaves the hold, it will fall. But the kitten, it will stay in one place, meow, meow. And the mother cat has to come and take it. It always calls in Hindi, meow, meow. Let me come, let me come. You come and take me. So it is mother cat's job. So once Devaraja Mudaliyar, one of Ramana Maharshi's devotees, he said, Bhagavan, I always like this kitten path, this cat marka, Marjara Kishora Nyaya. I will just stay in one place and cry. You have to come and take me. Bhagavan said, it is not like that. You should hold on to me like the monkey, baby monkey. I will look after you like the cat. Both must be there. Your sadhana, your effort, every moment you offer to the Lord. Asuptehe amrtehe kalam, from morning to night till death, every moment. You have only one wealth, that is time. And what are you going to fill with that? Bhagavan Nama, Seva, Puja, Bhakti, Dhyana. You fill time with bhajana. Tava pariye charanti akhila sattva niketataya. So time is death. Time is death. And time is Ishvara also. All the kshanas, you remember Him. Every moment you remember Him, recollect Him, recollect Him. And that is what you have to do. And then Lord starts thinking about you. Ishvara feels for you. And He feels for you means He will give you the contact of saints. Bhagavatam, Bhagavan says, when I want to rescue you, I have only one method. That is giving you satsanga. That's no. There Bhagavan says, Bhavapavargo brahmato yada bhavet tarhi achyuta janasya satsamagama satsangamo yarhi tadaiva sadgato paravareshe tvai jayate mati. The samsara vichiti comes when you are made to contact saints. It is just like only one flame can light another flame. A flame which is already lit, you go near, you also get lit. In Deepavali, they use this kambitri, kambimatap. If you try to light it directly from the fire, it will take time. But once one stick is lit, you take another stick and make it touch, instantaneously it is lit. So to light the lamp from one lamp is the method. There is no other way. Even From the beginning, that was the law. There is no way that I don't want any guru or anything. Why should I bother about it? I will sit inside a room and realize. I will read books. I will meditate. What you will meditate? How meditation will happen? Unless you are awakened by a higher being. To come to this world, you need a mother, you need a father. You have not descended directly from heaven. A mother was necessary, a father was necessary. The baby infant comes and it says, thank you for giving me birth. Now I will live off my own womb. Hey, കുട്ടി ജനിച്ച ഉടനെ അമ്മ അച്ഛൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് ഞാൻ തനിയെ ജീവിച്ചോളാം എന്ന് പറയോ? പറ്റുമോ? As long as it is necessary, you take help, and after that you bring in this philosophy. It will not work. So always that sanidhya is necessary, that presence is necessary, which can awaken you. And Papa was so much of that opinion. He always said you should be awakened by a saint. And the Sannidhi which awakens you is the saint. It has to kindle that inner being. And when you are very intimate with a Mahatma and he feels for you, it is God who is feeling through him. It is Ishvara who is feeling through him. I am always reminded about one incident which I wanted to tell. It's reserved for the last day. Swami, I have been coming here for last almost 25 years. It's almost from at least 94, 1994 or 95, 22 years or 23 years. Not every year, but at least many times. So Sachidananda Swami was there. During Mataji's centenary, the talk was happening there and Swamiji was there. Some conversation used to happen, which now and then, very often I spoke about it. Once Bhagavatam talk was there. That time also it was Bhagavata. And Swamiji was listening with so much ecstasy. Like that, once inside the room, Swamiji's room, I don't know whether Manju was there, somebody was there, I think it is Manju. Inside the closed room, he asked me to say something about Bhagavatam or Ramana Bhagavan or something. So I was speaking something, just like a conversation. After the talk, Swamiji asked, tomorrow you are leaving? He asked, yes. It's just like children, you know, when they are attached to somebody and when they are going to leave, they will ask, why should you go? Stay back. Like that, Swamiji said, are you leaving tomorrow? I said, yes. When can we see again? I don't know why I said that. Spontaneously I told him, I am always seeing you, Swamiji. You know, such ecstasy, such delight came to him. He laughed, and after a few minutes again laughed and said, "Appadithaan vaanum, appadithaan vaanum." I said, that is how it should be. And next day when I was about to leave, he came to that place where Muktanandji is there and sat with his head all turban. He was sitting there. Night I am leaving, and again he was about to ask, when can we see again? Again it came to his face, and he laughed and said, "Neenga dhaan sonnile, eppum paathunde irukken." You only told that you are seeing always. Then he smiled and said, after that perhaps 1 year or 2 years. That time I asked him, Swamiji, I feel like, that time or before that, I feel like taking Mauna for 40 days, one Mandala Kala. Swamiji said, when are you starting? Everything inquired. It's difficult for me to start from Guru Purnima, because after that it's all this Karkada Mahasam, Adi Masam. So regular talks are there. So I said, I will finish on Guru Purnima. Then he said, do it every year. See to it that you do it every year. Yes. Then I was doing it every year. Every year, 1, 2nd, 3rd, perhaps 4th year. I was in Maunam. I was staying in Coimbatore. And I had a phone call from Palakkad. Krishna Bayamma is here, Palakkad. She is named as Krishna by Papa. Papa gave her that name. So she is there in Palakkad. She called and conveyed to whomever is near me, to them, that there is a phone call from Anandashram that Swamiji wants to talk to Venkatram. Sachidananda Swami wants. I was wondering, because Swamiji was very ill at that time, very sick. So they conveyed it to me. I said, okay, if Swamiji is speaking, no vratam or anything. So I took the phone. That was early morning, 4 o'clock. Inside, I think it's Sundar who said, now I will give to Swamiji. He will speak. The thing is, I don't know what great fortune it is, because Swamiji was saying the day before, he said Venkatraman, Venkatraman. And they asked which Venkatraman. Then he has said, called Krishna by Palakkad. Then they understood, it is me. Then that morning, this Sundar gave the phone to Swamiji. Yes. And he said, can you come? If you are coming, it's all right. He could not speak much also. Again he said, if you are coming, it's all right. And third time also he said. So I stopped my Mauna Vratam and rushed with the family here and saw Swamiji there. And it was almost like Ramana Bhagavan. His body was completely shattered, so silent, radiant. The eyes were shining forth with so much love. He was so pouring forth His grace. And in that room, you can see there is a screen like window, big, and devotees were sitting there. I was sitting inside on the left side of Swamiji. The body was completely shattered. Sundar was there. I was sitting near Swamiji. It's almost his head has leaned towards his shoulder. All of you must be remembering that scene when I say that. Some insights. See, when I was sitting near, it is just like a motor is started. See, if you put on this fan, this air will come. Like that, from him, love was coming. The bhakti was coming. The body is no more strong. Body is completely shattered. Body is totally weak, completely tired. But love was oozing out. I cannot say what love means. It is not love. It's a warmth. It's a kind of peace. It's something radiant, something flowing out. And he was so happy also, because devotees all were seeing, and devotees were also happy because at that time they were not constantly getting Swamiji. So he was sitting there. And Sundar was asking, this time I have not seen him, he is hiding somewhere, I don't know. So Sundar was asking, Hari Om Solalama Swamiji, Hari Om Solalama. And first time he asked, Swamiji said no. And second time also Sundar asked, Hari Om Solalama, Swamiji said no. Third time he asked, Swamiji he laughed and told me, Hari Om Solalama na enna theriyuma? Ningalam pogalam. That's it, he said. You know what Hari Om means? It means all of you go. So that is it. So, said, after that, this first day, he asked, when can we have talks? I said, Swamiji, you told me to take Mauna Varatam. No, we will have talks. It's all over. When can we have talks? Tomorrow morning. So I think it is 7:30 after this breakfast time. First talk. There. Even the video somebody showed me. And Swamiji was very much present. So that was also a celebration. After that again, when the talk was over, he asked next talk. I don't know when it is that breakfast period. After that again, I don't 10:30 or something, again it was there. The evening 3:30 also it was there, that reading session. Then night also it was there. So this first day and second day it went off. And the second day when the talk was over, Swamiji said, when can we see? This question again he asked. I did not reply. Because Swamiji's health is so poor and he is being taken care of. Already he is straining so much, always available now for these 2 days. So when he asked, I did not reply. And Swamiji said, Kaatal 5 mani paakalama. He asked, can we see 5 o'clock? Rajagopal will be remembering that. So I said, yes. So I was staying somewhere and Rajagopal ji came and said, Swamiji has asked you to come by 5 o'clock. He is sleeping, you come. So he took me there and he was sleeping. And you know, whether the body is asleep or whether it is awake, perhaps I had to see that. That is it. Whether he is asleep or awake, the presence is same. It is not the person's presence. He was asleep. He was sleeping. But whether he is asleep or awake, the presence is same. The Sannidhya is same. So 3 days or 1 more day it was extended, the talk, and that was my last visit here. After that I could not come. So that kind of, you can never expect. See, it's Ishvara himself who is expressing through a saint that I want to see you. It is not that you want to see him. Your wanting to see him is your sadhana, but his wanting to see him, see you, is grace. It is kripa. I want to see you, be here. So he asked me to start Mauna Varatam. He broke it. He said enough. So that kind of compassion when it comes through the saints, that is something which bathes you. Jnana snanam, that is the kripa snanam. That is, you have that kripa tirtham. So much of love, something flows from within, flows from within. So, and you can see in those days, Swamiji is not a person who will joke like Papa. He will not Papa used to joke and devotees used to roll in the ground with laughter. Swamiji will be always quiet, silent, peaceful. In that, Swamiji has continued his that anugraha now also. And I said, no one can listen like him. You will be elevated in his presence to speak. Muktanandaji, this year, this time you see, always he is present. I feel that continues. Kanamama was telling me that Swamiji told Muktananda Swami, Valela Patko, you have to see all. So that is the parampara continues. So those days when Muktananda Swami's Purvashrama, and Swamiji also came to Thrissur, Palakkad. Swamiji must be remembering that. And we all went to Bhumananda Swami's ashram somewhere. Some incidents happened, very interesting incidents. Somebody was sitting behind and Swamiji and another person was sitting in the back side of the car. I was sitting in the front seat. And the person who was sitting in the back side, he was asking very silly questions to Swamiji. He was asking Swamiji, Bhajagovindam padichirkela? He was asking, which I never expected. I was waiting for how Swamiji is going to answer. So, Swamiji, have you read Bhajagovindam of Shankaracharya? It's the most simplest of work. Swamiji said, very humbly, he said, நான் படிச்சிருக்கேன் சின்னத்துல ஒரு தடவை விழுந்து தலையில அடிபட்டப்புறம் ஒன்றும் ஓர்மையே இருக்காது. Said, I have studied, but I had a fall and I had a hit in my head. After that, I forget often. But he didn't stop there. He said, பப்பாவோட அனுகிரகத்துல அதோட எசன்ஸ் சாரமெல்லாம் தெரியும். He said, by the blessing of Papa, I know all the essence of it, saram. So there he came to Palakkad, and in Palakkad, Vijnana Ramani Ashrama, there he made a beautiful statement. He said, ashrams are not made. You can neither avoid them, nor can you create an ashram. They are grown around a saint. When a saint is there, they naturally grow around a saint. Just as Ramanashram, Bhagavan is the last person to start an ashram. But still it grew and problems also came. You cannot avoid. So, ashram grows around a saint. So there also I was having that insight of Swamiji's, that Shanti, that. And in Thiruvannamalai also, Yogi was there, Yogi Ram Surat Kumar was there, Swamiji was there. That was somewhere in 1996, Bhagwan's Advent Centenary. Then he came to Ramanashram. Yogi was also there. Yogi was holding Swamiji's hand, and I also gave a talk there that time. And holding Swamiji's hand, constantly chanting Nama, Nama, Nama. So that was in Thiruvannamalai. It's all remembering those things. After so many years, after Swamiji's Samadhi, I came here twice or thrice. That was very short visit. And this time, it's a great blessing. Papa's Kripa, Mataji's grace, that Muktananda Swamiji called us. When the first invitation came, they said, you have to come with Ganeshana. Both of you should, they did not even say you have to give talks or anything. Both of you should come and stay here for 1 week. That is just like, see, a call from our own father or mother. So you come and stay here. Then I did not do anything to inform devotees. Later on I said, devotees must come, because I was afraid ashram will have problem accommodating so many devotees. But when Chandrama said, let all devotees come, we can accommodate at least 200 people, then we informed. And devotees also, those who are blessed, really blessed, because they all feel, all of them are saying so much love, so much lightness. That feeling of humility, devotion, it has really rejuvenated all the devotees. They all are feeling, and those who could not come, those who are listening to the talks from a distance, it's all streamline is there. So they are all listening. They also express that we are unfortunate not to have come. We could not make it, because to stay in Anandashram, in this divine presence, and that morning and evening, the Panchavati, where many devotees had their vision of Papa, the Panchavati where we all sitting and speaking, that too on Shruti Gita, which I have never done before, because it's the most profound work in Bhagavatam, and spiritually very insightful. So here in this Panchavati, we have all the devotees assembled here. Our Mani Mama from Mumbai, he was asking me whether I should arrange this, I should arrange that. So with so much love, devotees are accommodated, taken care of. And that Ramanama, that is an experience from morning to night, 9:15, you have that Ramanama gone in the ears. That Arati and chanting of Shri Rama, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Ram. They will carry it in their heart. Every plant, every creeper in ashram chants it. Always it is there, that Nama Bhakti. So they will carry that Nama Bhakti with them. So that we are really, it's a great 1 week, real Saptaha. All the 7 days we have this Ganga Snana, this Satsanga Ganga Snana, and we have to do our namaskar to Papa, Mataji, Swamiji, and also to Muktan Swamiji, and all the devotees who are here, who have worked for this to happen. And Ganeshana, I was really waiting with excitement to make all of you listen to what happened to him here. Because that is it. See, somebody who has seen Papa Ramdas, Mataji, and interacted with them spiritually, I don't think more than few people will be available now. And that too has not only has seen Mataji and Papa, you can see in that book how many saints he have met. And he has come from Bhagavan. Bhagavan has named him. Bhagavan said he is born on Chaturthi, so he has come with name. Perodadane Parandarka. So that is how he was named Ganesha. And Bhagavan, Anna used to crawl to Bhagavan's couch. And the servant, the attendant who was looking Bhagavan, he will take the child and put it back in his mother's lap. Again he will crawl back to Bhagavan's couch. that Krishna Swami attendant will take that baby and put it back again. He used to be very strong language he will use. Even with a child, he will say, Sondam. See, you are trying to show your relation. This is very baby. And one day, Bhagavan will not object. He will simply look at this happening. The child will come and this attendant will put it back. He will not allow the child to come to the sofa. And one day that attendant was not there. He crawled near the sofa, went up the couch and sat near Bhagavan. And you know, Bhagavan said, every day he was struggling, but there was obstacle. All these days he was struggling, but there was obstacle. Now there is no hurdle, so he has attained. And Bhagavan put one feet on his tummy and another feet on his head. And with his both legs, that body was purified. That he will not say that, I have to say that. So, that way, that body was blessed by Bhagavan's touch. So, you cannot meet anyone, that usually I used to say, you cannot meet anyone who has seen Shankaracharya. You see, Bhagavan is like a phenomenon. But we are meeting someone who have seen Ramana Maharshi, who have lived with Ramana Maharshi, and met many saints, many sages. So that is a real bhagyam. That fortune is, when you have it, you don't need anything else. You have to just remember, recollect, that's all. When you do not have satsanga, then you have to strive a lot. When you have got such great presence, then very simple. Always I used to go to Kunju Swami with so much imagination, because I have read some books, so I thought Kunju Swami will teach who am I. So whenever I used to go to him, he said, Vango. I used to call us Vango, Ningo, Pongo. So I was only actually a small boy at that time. So he used to say, whenever I said, Swamiji, edavadu sollungo. I said, Arunachaleshwaran nenachungo. Amma nenachungo. He was very devoted to Avagammal. Bhagavana nenachungo. Ungalku vera edhum venda. He used to say, think about Arunachaleshwara, think about Divine Mother, think about Bhagavan, you need nothing else. And not once, every time I asked, he said only this, you need nothing. So that was, so when you have contact with saints, you need nothing. You have to just think about it. And it will work like a great herb, divine herb. It works like magic herb. So that is what we got here, a great treasure in our life. I don't know, some devotee, they were saying it's just like sages sitting under the banyan tree, or very reminiscent. Such an atmosphere, and directly I am seeing that bhajan hall. I was telling these people, you have to, when you use camera, not taking only the speaker, you have to go around the ashram and see, otherwise it is not useful. So when you see all these things, this atmosphere, this sannivesha, we are elevated to another world. Ramayana, when Bhagavan enters Dandakaranya, he says, Tapasashrama Mandalam. He is seeing the Tapasashrama Mandalam. So that is it. Brahmya Lakshmiya Sushobhitam. Wherever you look, that Brahma Lakshmi is there. One Lakshmi is there. What Lakshmi? It is not wealth. It is Brahmya Lakshmiya Sushobhitam. That spiritual radiance is there. That spiritual presence is there. you are elevated to another world, taken beyond to the transcendental plane. So that is our Mahabhagyam. So, and I am so filled up with contentment, happiness, seeing Anandashram is same Anandashram, same Anandashram, same devotees I am meeting, with the same that system, and Kandamama is always vigilant to see that it is happening from morning to night, the same Ramanama, same everything. His Papa's presence, Mataji's grace, and Swamiji's blessing, with Muktan Swami's love that we got this great treasure of 1 week, we offer these words at Bhagwan's feet. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Yato mamatma bhavasittuneva tato no vachyam mama kinchit asti yathata veshtam guruvam tathaiva tvam atmanatham.
Om Ram Ye Ram Ye Ye Ram. Om Ram Ye Ram Ye Ye Ram. Om Ram Ye Ram Ye Ye Ram. Om Ram Ye Ram Ye Ye Ram.
One minute now.